Okay, now next concept we are going to start is put seller, and here is the definition in front of you: obligation to buy. So put buyer definition was right to sell but not obligation to sell, and we discussed why this person is called as a buyer, because he purchased the contract rights. That's why he is called as a option buyer or put buyer. Now this person is known as a put seller because he sold option rights. That's why he is known as a seller. So put buyer has a right to sell and put seller has obligation to buy. So option buyer always has rights and option seller always has obligation. So now we will discuss how to calculate profit and loss for both parties, that is for put buyer as well as for put seller, and also we will learn how to apply option moneyness, which we discussed in previous two videos. So I have taken the same example, TCS spot price 2020, this is the current underlying value, strike price is 2000. Now here the view of put buyer is bearish. He is expecting price of underlying asset will close below 2000, whereas put buyer has a bullish view. So you have to remember this point as well when to sell put option. So when you have a bullish view you can sell put option, and when you have a bearish view you can purchase put option. Now when you have a bullish view, again you have three choices. Number one, you can take long position in future contract. Number two, you can buy call option, you can become a call buyer. Number three, or you can sell put option. So we are discussing this one. So remember this point, when to sell put option: when trader has bullish view he can sell put option. So in this example a trader is expecting price of underlying will remain above 2000. Premium is 50 rupees. Now this premium is to be paid by buyer of option and this premium will receive by seller of option. Now why seller will receive premium? Because he is selling the option rights, that's why he will receive premium, and buyer is buying option rights, that's why he will pay premium. So first entry we have to do of premium in every scenario. For buyer it is outflow, for seller it is inflow. So there are total 6 scenarios over here. So let's discuss scenario number 1. What if price closed at 1900 on expiry day? So here you can see the view of put buyer is correct. He predicted price will close below 2000 and it is below 2000. So as per the definition, a put buyer has right to sell TCS shares at 2000. So the value is 1900 but he has a right to sell at 2000. So he will make a profit of 100 rupees, whereas now put seller has obligation to purchase. Put seller has to purchase for 2000. The actual value is 1900 but he has obligation to purchase at 2000. So he will lose 100 points or 100 rupees in this case. Now same scenario you can look from option moneyness point of view as well. If you look carefully, the option is in the money on expiry day. As I can see, strike price, which is 2000, is greater than spot price on expiry, which is 1900. So in this case the intrinsic value is 100 rupees. and intrinsic value is received by buyer. Hence we have written plus 100 over here, and this intrinsic value is to be paid by option seller. Hence we have written minus 100 over here. So on net basis, put buyer is making 50 rupees per share or 50 points, whereas put seller is making a loss of 50 rupees per share or 50 points. So remember this point, option buyer will pay premium, option seller will receive premium, option buyer receive intrinsic value, and option seller will pay intrinsic value. Let's talk about now scenario number 2. In second scenario, we have assumed that price on expiry day is 1800. So again the view of option buyer is correct. So in this case I can say the option is in the money by 200 rupees. Whenever view of buyer is correct, option will be in the money, and here intrinsic value will be minus 200. So on net basis, put buyer is making 150, put seller is losing 150. So as you can see, buyer has unlimited profit. When price was closing at 1900, his profit was 50 rupees. When price is closing at 1800, his profit is 150 rupees. So we can say put buyer has unlimited profit, whereas put seller has unlimited loss. So if buyer is making profit, put seller will make loss. Third scenario, what if price closed at 1950? So again the view of option buyer is correct. Option is in the money, but this time it is in the money by 50 points. So you can see both parties are not making anything because this is the break-even point as we discussed. Fourth scenario, 1980. Again the view of option buyer is correct. This time option is in the money but by only 20 points. So on net basis over here, put seller is making profit, put buyer is making losses because break-even point did not crossed. Last scenario, second last scenario, what if price closed at 2100? Now here you can see view of option seller is correct. If view of option seller is correct, option will be either OTM or ATM. In this case the option is OTM because spot is greater than strike, strike is less than spot. So in this case the intrinsic value will be 0. This means buyer will not receive anything, seller don't have to pay anything. So seller will gain 50 points whereas buyer will lose 50 points. Last scenario, what if price closed at 2200? Again out the money scenario because strike is less than spot. Again intrinsic value will be 0. So you can see now the profit for option seller is limited up to premium paid, whereas loss for option buyer is limited up to premium paid, and profit for option seller is limited up to premium received. So here we can continue. Put buyer has unlimited profit and limited loss up to premium paid, whereas put seller has unlimited loss and limited profit, that is up to premium received.